Right. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please, can I meet you?
Good evening.
Please, can I meet you? What's your name?
I'm by name Atem Chris.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a researcher.
Okay. Due to the current situation of Nigeria and removal of subsidy, how has it been? What do you think about subsidy removal?
The only thing that came out from subsidy removing at this point in time to the entire population that we have in the country, to me, it would have been a disturbing state. That actually it has involved a lot of persons who are the citizens of Nigeria, and it has become a great challenge because the entire population of Nigeria will not allow to prepare for this. We were only told by the last administration that subsidy is going to be removed in June, but the date was not spelled out. But actually, they have already prepared our mind to that level. They're not actually not to prepare. We were thinking that as far as we are in electionary year, after the elections, we will equally got the new government that is taking over from the past administration. We begin to give out the outlines on how we will do and what will be taken before getting into the subsidy removing completely. But from my personal view and what I have gathered so far, it looks as if the new government is trying to attack some personalities who are so-called oil marketers. From my view, that is what I've gathered so far. Because, and you know very well, when two elephants are into battle, the grasses are the one to suffer. And I believe that is exactly what Nigerians are passing through. It has not been easy. Both a lot of us who voted the government and both the people who do not vote the government, all of us are in need because we were not prepared that subsidy is going to be removed at this hour. And from my own view, if you ask me, I would have advised the same government that just came in. They would have taken measures on how to go about this. The way, if you look at what is happening now, the labor union has gone out there to be making a kind of protest. Yes, their protest may yield result in their side, but what happens to a man that is having a petty business on the street? What happens to a man who is not going to any work? What happened to the man that is a trader who is just on the street feeding on a daily basis?
All right. So what do you think that they would have done differently? The government would have done differently.
What the administration of that is led by Tinubu would have done first is sit down and make much consultation. How do we go about this? What will be the measure of dancing the tension that is in the land, especially from the downtrodden? When we say downtrodden, to people who doesn't have anything they do, but they are daily feeding. It is when they goes out, they make their earnings, comes back and feed. If you can go around and make inquiries now presently from these petty traders, they will tell you some persons that were gathering 10,000, 20,000 a week, they will tell you that they find it difficult to even gather 5,000 now, because what the single Nigerian and every Nigerian is fighting for, it is what do I eat? From the time this administration assumed power till now, I bet you a lot of persons have left their savings, because what they got is directly moving from food to get food to feed their family. Nobody is talking of project or anything to execute. Then I will still advise at this point, the government is not too late. The government should sit down and make due consultation. If there are palliatives that should be given, just rightly as the World Bank have said, that Nigeria must be getting palliatives to ease the challenges that are on ground now. Then, if there are measures to share palliatives, let this to be done holistically.
So what kind of palliative? Because initially, ab initio, they said 8,000 will be shared to the poor. What kind of palliative, other palliative do you think that will
See,
be good for
the 8,000 arrangement,
Nigeria? Yeah.
later on, the government stopped it.
Yes.
And how did the government stop it? It's because of the public cry. They will cry on the street. Even the poor was saying, no, sharing this money will not get to their hand. And you know what would have happened? Gradually, this money would have been make a committee that would have been set. This money would have been dished out, but this money would have still enter pockets of other these families of these persons that this money will hand over to.
All right.
You know how the issue of money market
Yes.
went. This money still went back to the members of people who are in the ruling parties. Either their members benefited from it, or the trader money, or the petty trader money, name it, or whatsoever you want to target. This money still went back into the pockets of individuals. We were told that feeding program. Where is those monies? Those money still went to the same channel. Then at first, the president was looking at it that let us issue out 8,000 naira to the vulnerables. But it became very tough on anyone who will give analysis on how this money should be dished out there, because the same process of how other monies have gone to, this money would have passed through that way.
Right.
Then the entire Nigeria came out to cry that no, we don't want this. This money should be channeled, and if there is another way that this money should be given, it should be holistically treated or handled.
Okay, so how do you think that the president will get to the poor to cushion the effect of this subsidy removal in the country? How do you think the president, what palliative measures, what measures exactly, point by point, what do you think the president should do, in your own opinion?
What I would think the president will do, I may be very selfish at this point. I am a coordinator of Youth Initiative on Good Governance in the whole federation. If you got across what we do in my organization, we invited the present government here in National State where we are speaking. We have tried it several times with the governors that are passing here, subsequently here, and Niger State governor, the past administration, we have engaged them. What we normally do, we go to them, we have the people that give out skills. Then we are the ones we give out those petty skills to the local persons. We host them from local places. We ask them from home to home, come, there is a skill we want to give to you. Come and learn this. We train them free, letting them to understand that this thing is being powered by the state governor. Let them to understand that this thing is being powered by the local government chairman. Then at this point in time, Nigeria actually needs this palliative. To be very truthful with you, Nigeria needs this palliative. Then it is only NGOs that have gone through them and has understand their purview within the range of this period that we are in should have been saddled with this responsibility of giving this thing. And that is where the traditional institution comes in. The traditional institution, if you can go to my village, I did give birth to my children here. But any child that I've given birth here in this city, I take the name down to my traditional ruler who is in the village for registration, to tell you that if there are 3 persons in my family, they have already known. That is how I've been doing census in my community. The traditional ruler in my village, I've been doing this thing for years. If they give birth to any child in your family, it's been captured, the name is put down, and if the child died, likewise they plug the name out of the register immediately. It's been done. Then if you can get traditional institution involved into this, this is the only way palliatives can take place smoothly. With the aid of the agencies who are saddled with responsibility of doing this, then attack them with the traditional at the world level. At any point in time, this money will get to the right hands. This is the only way I believe it should have been carried out.
Okay, so far so good. Do you think that the leadership of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a good one?
The leadership of the administration that is led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yes, our president, I so much believe in him to an extent, but I believe in as much as he has known what to do or where he's coming from, he has understand what Nigeria has passed through a travel. I'm telling you, as we are discussing now, a lot of people have quit their job. Then, if we have so much belief in Tinubu, and Tinubu should sit down, likewise at the same time he should call his counterpart, they should make due consultation. Nigeria is in a very terrible state at this point in time. I believe he can proper solution to these challenges that are coming. It's not too late. My advice is, we have so much confidence in him, because seeing the templates of what he has done and what he's able to do, we believe so much that if anybody told us that over a trillion naira has been carved out from within these 2 months, then we want to see how this money will not go to money bags that are coming in. Put this money on down and begin to make programs that will bring development. Because the 8-point agenda, he has actually mentioned that they will get seedlings, dish out these seedlings to farmers, and make irrigation farming a priority, which we believe we should not be doing farming. Farming should not be made an issue of seasonal farming. And the issue of fertilizer, in which he has said rightly, let security be provided for local farmers. Nigeria is going into farming. Then, if he can give us security out there, we can go back to farm and do it. And I want to advise, let the same government reduce the days of working. Working days should be reduced. If you can give us 3 days from now, we are in the period of subsidy, and likewise it has become a kind of a god before us now. Then subsidy should be observed and worshipped at this time. After this period, we still go back to our normal days of working for 5 days, working days. Then at least give us 3 days, give the remaining 2 days, but make security available. There will be food in the cities.
The ministerial nomination that is ongoing, what do you think about it?
The ministerial nominee that we have on board now, I have a challenge with that, because I'm taking a cue from the Taraba State Governor, a young man who retired from the military and came on board as a Taraba State Governor, has issued that anybody that senior him should not be included in the administration. Does not mean he could not be consulted. We have other statesmen that if there are matters can be consulted. We believe at this point in time, Tinubu would have made a plea of preference to every man that should be employed in his government. But we begin to see the terrain of 1999, the errand of 1999, and these people that are from the errand of 1999 has actually destroyed this country. I will tell you, they came in this country at the point that every resources of this country came at the peak of it. We have a GDP that was running very fast. We have an economy that was very vast. We have everything put in place in the country. But this 1999 spirit dealt with us. Then, immediately, we begin to see president begin to fall between that angle again. This is the area I'm seeing danger. Because we have other persons who, starting from the First Republic, we are still hearing their names. I didn't want to believe that. I am giving, and I don't want to expect that one man should revive Nigeria. It is not an issue of one man. Then when you begin to see the ministerial list, to be very honest with you, all the women appointees, I love them. I know that these women are mothers and they can do their best. I believe so much in them. But from the men side, I am seeing former governors, former senators, former ministers. I am never comfortable with this. I am never comfortable with this. And the youth, our own position, my own position, has been carved out. It is a big trouble. We may be trending on the danger zone. I believe in Tinubu's, but the ministers, a lot of them, especially all the mayors, I don't believe in them. But from the female ones, I strongly believe that they are the mothers of this land and they understand exactly what their children are passing through. And from them, if you can watch them clearly, the other one that is 36 years, I love his appointee, and I want to urge the senators, she must be part of this government. As far as is the youngest minister we have ever had, and we are having her now. If you look at the interview, she was very eloquent, very technical in answering her question. Then we want to see more youth. The supplementary list that just came out yesterday became the worst, because people like this other one that just left this administration, this other young man that speak a lot, that was made minister for state, I'm forgetting his name. Festus Keyamo, right? Festus Keyamo, we were protesting for protest here. The day Festus Keyamo, we were together. We landed at Transcorp Hilton to make virtual protest from the same government of what was troubling us. Festus was one among the committee who organized this protest. We were at the Hilton before we had Festus were appointed as a minister to serve in the Republic of Nigeria. Since then, Festus has become a demigod to himself and to himself. Then, since such people are the supplementary list, I didn't want to welcome that.
All right, going forward, what advice will you give to Nigerians? How will they take this era of subsidies, era of hardship in the country? Fast forward, what do you advise Nigerians to
what
do?
will become our advice at this point is, it is actually true, and it is actually true. From the look of things, the administration has never gotten matured yet. The administration has never completed 100 days, even in office. Then, let us watch keenly and do more of prayers. Let us watch keenly. And after watching keenly, do much prayers that God should help us from this. I will advise our people should exercise patience and let us watch what will be unveiled. As soon as the cabinet comes in and they sit at the round table, let's see whether they will take us to another page of the chapter of this book that we have started reading. We have finished from the abstract. Let's see what will happen from the contest, from the table of the content. Let's see what is out there for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Well done.
Yeah.